Today Network, and you are watching Headlines Today.
The harsh summer of 2008 saw the lotus blooming in Karnataka. The BJP celebrated, hoping Vidhan Sauda in Bangalore would eventually pave the way towards a saffron South India. The BJP promised that it would be a party with a difference. Instead, in the last 5 years, it has proved to be a party with huge internal differences in Karnataka. Instead, 3 chief ministers in 5 years have delivered indifference, indecision and inefficiency.
Embossed at the entrance to the Vidhan Sauda is government work is God's work. During the time that Yediyurappa was chief minister, he perhaps interpreted it literally, spending a liberal amount of time visiting temples. Even last year, in the face of a bad monsoon, funds were allotted to 34,000 temples in Karnataka to organize prayers to induce rainfall. Though the BJP would have liked to be God's gift to Karnataka, today many in Bangalore believe that the government has left Karnataka Ram Bharose.
Just a few years ago, Bangalore was celebrated as the Silicon Valley of India, a city that was a talking point even amongst American politicians. The irony is that today Bangalore feels Bangalore, with the garden city in the news for all the wrong reasons, be it the garbage crisis, bad traffic management, water shortage, or big-ticket corruption. The sheen is off brand Bangalore.
You're listening to Fever 104 FM, the Bab of Bollywood. My name is Shraddha. Are you ready for elections? And remember, if you don't vote, you simply don't count.
Shraddha, a radio jockey who hosts an extremely popular breakfast show on Fever FM, says Bangaloreans feel acutely let down by the city administration and political leadership.
Bad roads, haphazard urbanization and loss of green cover, groundwater sinking, then there is unscientific drainage systems, unscientific garbage disposal, and just rapid, uncontrolled, unplanned urbanization is what's troubling people.
What are the basics? In 2001, 53 lakh people lived in Bangalore. The population stood at 87 lakh in 2011. Every year, there is a 10% increase in the number of motor vehicles on Bangalore's roads. 1/3 of Bangalore's road space is used for on-street parking, so smooth and fast traffic flow remains a pipe dream.
Most Bangaloreans feel that the Bangalore Metro, called Namma Metro, once completed, will be the much-needed solution to their traffic woes. Bangalore, a city of 93 lakh people, is home to some 50 lakh vehicles, putting enormous pressure on its road space.
The overriding sentiment is that the political leadership failed to live up to the aspirations of a wannabe world-class city.
The challenge of Bangalore is that the governance at the city level and the state level is unable to handle the prosperity of Bangalore. There is no vision of Bangalore for the future. There is no investment plan for Bangalore for the next 10 years. There is no alignment of the investment plan with the expectation of citizens.
The momentum of growth has seen Bangalore expand to newer areas, but there was neither a holistic vision nor planning.
The worst thing for Bangalore is that the areas with the worst traffic are the newest developed areas. So that shows that something which we have developed 10 years ago hasn't lasted even even a few years. And that shows complete lack of planning.
If there was one issue that shamed Bangalore more than any other, it was the garbage crisis in October last year. The city administration and the state government were left with muck on its face after garbage was not cleared from the streets because of opposition from those in the vicinity of the landfills. This prompted Karnataka Governor H.R. Bhardwaj to say he would sweep the streets himself if the government did not clean up its act. Politics was once again playing out in what was essentially an administrative issue. The stink raised was a sad commentary on the BJP, given that they virtually control Bangalore with 17 MLAs, 3 MPs and 112 corporators from the city. But like always in politics, the ruling party is quick to put the blame on previous governments, that they cannot be expected to clean up in one go what had been piling up over the years.
All these years we were treating the garbage treatment center as a garbage dumping yard. So the nearby villagers, they became angry. They stopped the garbage center and it created the problem. Now the problem has been solved and we are working towards a permanent solution.
Congress MLAs from the city are quick to point out that the BJP vision for Bangalore has been myopic, that there was no effort to tackle issues head-on or to evolve a consensus and move forward on the challenges posed by urbanization for a growing metropolis.
So what is the vision for Bangalore? Nobody knows. Last say 7-8 years, in fact after the 2004, because what's happened is we have had 2-3 governments and all these governments have failed in interacting with the people. Chief Minister was the minister in charge of Bangalore city. The 5 years of BJP rule, not even one meeting was held with the MLAs of Bangalore city, saying, okay, tell me, what do you think we should do for Bangalore?
While the political infighting within the BJP in Karnataka has been blamed for the governance deficit, it has had a worrying fallout too. The levers of control have slipped into the hands of powerful commercial interests, and politicians have found it convenient to forge a symbiotic relationship with them.
The cause for all of what we see today in Bangalore or any other city is the fact that a nexus between some politicians and some commercial interests, now whether the commercial interest is mining, real estate, road contractors or whatever, those have taken over the planning process of a city.
Former Additional Chief Secretary of Karnataka, V. Balasubramaniam, headed the task force set up in 2009 for protection of government lands. He had a personal taste of the politician-land mafia nexus when he found that the Karnataka Revenue Minister, Chandrashekar Reddy, one of the powerful Bellari brothers himself, was keen on obstructing any probe. The task force was suddenly disbanded on the instructions of Chandrashekar Reddy. No questions were asked by anyone in the political establishment. No wonder the biggest scam in the last 5 years have had to do with land deals.
During the past 5 years, there had been no rules, laws being observed and all that in this government. And any minister having any kind of an influence, it's like the olden day warlords kind of a thing. It's not, the so-called collective responsibility has no meaning in Karnataka. Each minister is on his own and the chief minister cannot remove any of these ministers because of various considerations.
Subramaniam Vincent, editor of Citizen Matters, a popular portal that focuses on citizen issues, says Bangalore today is considered a cash cow for the political class. The nexus between different big and small mafia groups on the one hand and politicians on the other has taken deep roots.
In the last 5 years, what was already bad, which was land use policy and real estate development and all of that, has become orders of magnitude worse because of the way, for the political parties, Bangalore itself has become a real estate playground.
Raja Rajeshwari Nivas is an apartment complex in Bomanhalli area in South Bangalore. Home to 200 families, residents have discovered the perils of being on the wrong side of such mafia in December 2011. The complex used to spend over 1 lakh rupees to buy water from tankers. But when they decided to reduce the expenditure by digging a second bore well, the water tanker mafia did not want to let that happen. They did not want to let a source of funds run dry.
When we started digging, the water tanker guys, they've started threatening the vehicle which is coming to dig the bore well. And they've come with a sword iron rod and lots of equipments to beat up those guys. Finally, we had to face them and call the police. Under the police protection, we had gone ahead and dig the borewells.
Many see the acute water crisis in Bangalore as a fallout of not just poor management of water resources and urbanization, but also the unbridled greed for land.
A British captain in the 18th century recorded Bangalore as a land of 1,000 lakes. Only 189 of those 1,000 remain today. And the tragedy is that most of them are no more than sewage lakes.
This is one of the time-tested ways used by land sharks in connivance with the politically powerful to occupy water bodies all over the country, and used with deadly effect in Bangalore. What helps is when real estate players themselves take to politics. 50% of the 198 corporators in Bangalore have a background in real estate.
Bangalore is a dying city, it's not a growing city. Somebody said they are going to make Bangalore as the Singapore of India and all that, one of the former CMs. Now, there is one way in which it is becoming Singapore of India. Singapore, you see, uses what is called the treated water, the recovered water. Singapore does not have a permanent water supply. It imports about 60% of its water from Malaysia. So to reduce its dependence on Malaysia, they have been treating their sewage completely to the level of distilled water level, and then they supply that water called new water. It's called new water by the government itself. Now Bangalore is also using the sewage water. The only difference is without treatment.
For years, Bangalore has been called the country's pub capital. Bangaloreans now call it India's biggest joke. Anupam Mukherjee, more popularly known as fake IPL player on Twitter, says the city police have killed Bangalore's nightlife, and the effect of moral policing is that those who want to chill out and enjoy a nightlife are treated like antisocials, if not criminals.
The biggest thing is curfew, like the 11 o'clock curfew which is there, that after that there is absolutely no place which is open. While other crimes are happening in the city, women are being harassed and all sorts of things are happening. But the biggest issue that the police is trying to tackle is that one guy, middle class software engineer, who has had one whiskey on that Saturday evening.
What is worse in Bangalore is that this reluctance to embrace the new and its values have not translated to treasuring all that is old and traditional. Bangaloreans feel that the city is being denied a future even as its past is being ignored.
Babu builder Nexus kills over 70. Government offers lip service. Probe ordered, but is this an eyewash?
जांच मैंने दिखाई है जो एक सीनियर जो एडिशनल चीफ सेक्रेटरी के अध्यक्षता में जांच होगी.
Murder by negligence. Continuing coverage only on Headlines today.
The grand life, and it starts with a big screen. I travel to places where the mountains kiss the clouds. I have a special seat for movie screenings. The new Samsung Galaxy Grand smartphone experience redefined.
Chennai Super Kings. Captain का pillow. Captain जी.
मेरा पिलो?
सर कैप्टन गए कोलकाता.
Oh no.
टेंशन नहीं, अपना पास ऑल इंडिया परमिट है.
और रह गया कप्तान का तकिया. पिलो.
कैप्टन सर.
चले गया लो चेन्नई.
चेन्नई भी जाएगा.
Captain sir! I am coming! Captain sir!
Your pillow, sir. Thank you, sir. What, sir?
गल्फ सुपर फ्लीट एली मैक्स चलता है 40,000 किलोमीटर तक नॉन स्टॉप।
अन्ना, मेरा लड्डू का डब्बा भी रह गया। टेंशन नहीं, अपनी ट्रक में है ऑल इंडिया परमिट।
गल्फ इंजन ऑयल, जिंदगी नॉन स्टॉप।
The stronger you cheer, the stronger your chances to win a trip to England and watch Liverpool FC at the Premier League. Cheer strong. That calls for Carlsberg Club Glasses.
Shopping ka hai dream? Just log on to Infibeam.
Best price always. Infibeam.com. Shop with a smile.
अरे आप कब आए?
लगता है पूरा बाजार खरीद लाएं आप।
नहीं, लेने तो गई थी सिर्फ कंगन, पर ले आई एक सेट भी। क्योंकि
ज्वेलर्स ने डाल दिया होगा गिफ्ट ऑफर। गोल्ड रेट पर डिस्काउंट का फेंका चारा मन हो गया आपका बेचारा।
और मेकिंग चार्जेस पर भी 50% की छूट।
छूट या लूट कब समझेंगी आप?
क्या मतलब?
मतलब साफ है दीदी, ये सब कोई अपने जेब से थोड़ी ना देगा। ये सारा खेल जो है ये मेकिंग चार्जेस का है। ग्राहक देख करके जो मन में आया लगा दिया और फिर डिस्काउंट के नाम पे घटा दिया।
कल्याण ज्वेलर्स, ना बहकाने वाले डिस्काउंट्स, नो ऑफर्स, बस सबके लिए सिर्फ एक ही कम से कम रेट।
तो अब जब भी लेना गए ना, इन ऑफर से तो बच के ही रहना।
Babu Builder Nexus skills over 70. Government offers lip service. Probe ordered, but is this an eyewash?
जांच मैंने एक दिखाई है कि एक सीनियर जो एडिशनल चीफ सेक्रेटरी के अध्यक्षता में जांच होगी।
Murder by negligence. Continuing coverage only on Headlines today.
Many who live in the city feel that Bangalore, once famous as a retired people's paradise, is slowly but surely losing its old world charm, grace and beauty. One example is the new Bangalore airport built in Devanhalli. This is where Tipu Sultan was born, but the complex has nothing to celebrate Tipu. The construction of the metro too is raising similar concerns about the historic Bangalore fort, again with a Tipu Sultan connection. The fear is that Bangalore is increasingly becoming a city that is neither here nor there.
Coming up there, the whole area, the whole marker, the visual marker will be the metro. And you'll no longer be able to see the fort. It's almost as if it'll be taken over by this new structure. And there was some amount of fear, some amount of apprehension that, you know, that this really seals this older way of knowing Bangalore.
They've lost the plot along the way. They've, you know, we've got chief minister changing. I have to look at my newspaper to find out who's my chief minister this week, and then that's not all right. So, so there's not, and where is the leadership? Where's the statesmanship? Who's the strong person who can come whenever there's a problem and come and talk and say, this is how it is and we have it under control and we're doing. We just pass the buck and dismiss officials.
It is perhaps a fallout of the disgust with the politics of corruption that Bangaloreans came out in such huge numbers during the Anna Hazare wave. That hope did not translate into anything more, but the anger and anguish has created awareness and an environment of questioning.
That people are now beginning to get a better sense of what their rights are. So for example, a Residents Welfare Association knows now fully well, and I have helped a lot of them, saying that the government cannot just steamroll them and say we will widen your road, or we will acquire your park and convert it into a commercial building, or we will give a piece of land in your locality to a politician's brother or sister. They know that there are ways of asserting your rights.
Enthused by the reaction of civil society, this election, several professionals have also jumped into the fray, hoping to make a difference to the manner in which Bangalore is governed. 9 professionals, one of them being Dr. Meenakshi Bharat, are contesting from the city.
I think it has become a requirement for us because we feel that the things that we would have liked the government and the administration, who we elected with lots of fond hopes, that they did not deliver. And when they did not deliver, we said that we need to come in and bring in transparency and accountability.
Yes, Bangaloreans complain about the state of the city, but do they come out to vote? Only 47% turned up at the polling stations in the 2008 assembly elections, and the figure was no better in the 2009 Lok Sabha and the 2010 civic polls. Part of the problem lies in the mobile nature of the city's population, as most of the 8 lakh strong IT workforce in the city are temporary citizens of Bangalore.
An effort is being made to get at least 60% of Bangaloreans to vote this time, so that the message is loud and clear to the politicians that the citizens are watching and watching closely.
Bangalore is the richest city in India with a per capita income $9,200 per head, richer than Delhi, richer than Bombay. Bangalore pays the second highest quantum of personal income tax after Bombay. Bangalore has 100,000 expats, 45,000 PhD holders, and Bangalore has the third highest quantum of bank deposits in India, much ahead of Chennai and Calcutta, other cities. So it's an extraordinary city. And it's a jewel in the crown for India. It's India's only global city. If only the government of Karnataka invests in Bangalore, makes it grow, it will provide enough resources. It provides 65% of taxes to the whole of Karnataka. So it's an extraordinary place, but you need visionary leadership.
Well, nationally, all eyes will be on what a Congress or BJP victory or defeat will mean for the two national parties 1 year ahead of general elections. Locally here in Bangalore, no one is really bothered about the macro picture. Local issues alone will decide most votes.
On 5th of May, what will matter to the city of Bangalore is, are they going to get a garbage-free city? Are they going to get a city which is free of the garbage mafia, which is holding the city to ransom? Will they get good payments on which they can walk, not the broken down payments? Will they have better traffic management? Will they get water in the taps? Will there be adequate power? And will the pain of commute come down? Will there be hope for them in the form of better governance, better regulations? Will the parties promise corruption-free services for citizens so citizens don't have to run around? So I think all the issues in the assembly elections for Bangalore city is going to be local issues.
After 5 years of BJP rule, Bangalore and Karnataka will once again have the power of the vote in its hands. The onus is now on them to either ring in change or continue to live with squalor. The future of Bangalore now rests with its citizens.